Chapter 9. A New Government and an Expanding Nation. The Constitutional Convention. The Constitution was written in 1787. It was written 11 years after the Declaration of Independence was adopted in 1776. After the United States won the American Revolutionary War, many people were unhappy with how the country was governed. The states often disagreed about trade, taxes, and other laws. Some leaders, like George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, and James Madison, thought the United States needed a new government. So in 1787, leaders from the 13 original states met in Philadelphia for the Constitutional Convention. The founders wrote the Constitution at this meeting. After writing the Constitution, the states had to vote on it. Not everyone supported the new Constitution. James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, and John Jay wrote essays called the Federalist Papers to encourage people to pass the Constitution. These essays were published in newspapers across the United States. When the Constitution was passed, the United States created a new government. George Washington was elected the first president, serving from 1789 to 1797. He is also known as the father of our country. The U.S. between 1787 to 1803. When the Constitution was written in 1787, the U.S. had 13 states on the east coast of North America. The United States also claimed the land between those states and the Mississippi River. The word claim means that other European countries agreed that the United States owned that land. At this time, more than 600,000 Native Americans lived on the land claimed by the U.S. Native Americans had lived there for thousands of years and did not agree that the U.S. owned it. This caused many conflicts and wars in the 1800s. Native Americans had to fight to protect their people, culture, and land. The Louisiana Territory. In 1803, the United States purchased the Louisiana Territory from France. This included land between the Mississippi River and the Rocky Mountains. France sold it because they needed money for wars in Europe. After buying the Louisiana Territory, more people moved west. This caused more conflicts between people from the U.S. and Native Americans. For example, between 1830 to 1850, the Cherokee, Muskogee, Seminole, Chickasaw, and Choctaw nations were forced to leave their homelands. This event is called the Trail of Tears. Many people died from disease or starvation while traveling. During the 1800s, U.S. settlers continued moving west, forcing more Native Americans off their land. Native Americans are also called American Indians. Today, there are over 500 American Indian tribes in the United States. Some of the American Indian tribes in the United States are Cherokee, Navajo, Sioux, Chippewa, Choctaw, Pueblo, Apache, Iroquois, Creek, Blackfeet, Seminole, Cheyenne, Arawak, Shawnee, Mohegan, Huron, Oneida, Lakota, Crow, Teton, Hopi, and Inuit. The Mexican-American War. In 1845, Texas became the 28th state to join the United States. Until 1836, Texas was part of Mexico. Texas fought for independence from Mexico and became its own country from 1836 to 1845. At that time, Mexico still claimed much of the land in the southwest between the Rocky Mountains and the Pacific Ocean. Mexico also wanted Texas to be part of Mexico again. In 1846, the U.S. went to war with Mexico over Texas and other land that Mexico controlled in the southwest. This war is called the Mexican-American War. The U.S. won the Mexican-American War in 1848. After the war, the United States and Mexico signed a treaty. In the treaty, Mexico agreed that Texas was part of the United States. Mexico also agreed to sell the land it claimed in the Southwest to the U.S. The territory the U.S. gained from Mexico later became the states of California, Nevada, and Utah. It also included territory that became parts of the states of Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, and Wyoming. Today, the states of California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas all border Mexico. Other wars the U.S. fought in the 1800s include the War of 1812, the Civil War, and the Spanish-American War. Expanding into the West. In 1850, California became the 31st state to join the United States, and it was the first state to join the United States that bordered the Pacific Ocean. By 1860, there were 33 states in the United States. The Atlantic Ocean bordered the country on the east coast, and the Pacific Ocean bordered it on the west coast. The U.S. also claimed all of the land between Canada and Mexico that today makes up the first 48 states. The growth of the country not only led to conflicts with Native Americans and Mexico, it also led to conflicts between people from the United States moving to the West. The biggest conflict was over slavery. The conflicts over slavery in the South and the West were one problem that led to the Civil War.